I've been
There's this
public
guy, funny
since.
guy, and his name is Scooter Magruder.
Are you watching yourself, Scooter?
Relax. Welcome
And
back,
here, ooh,
ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of things this week.
Guys, I think the Cowboys are the best team in the league.
wow.
They defeated the Cleveland
That was a
Browns.
hot
I think
take.
they're just.
We'll get into all of that.
You got to listen to it too, because Tom's in the 700K club. It means even more now.
Yes, look at
It's a
that.
religious experience.
It
Are
is.
you the clubhouse leader now, Tom, in subs? I think you are.
I think he is because
And for a while. But joining me,
when we started Clickbait Sports, I was the lowest subscribed creator on here.
I think Scooter was the highest for a long
Yeah,
time.
Scooter was the highest.
But joining me,
It's
in
all
this
because of
episode
clickbait.
Clickbait, we've got the whole crew here. We will be talking about the Dallas Cowboys' potential demise. We will be talking about me being right about Bo Nix. We're going to get into each and everything. The Giants still suck. Let's start, though, with the Green Bay Packers winning their game with Malik Willis. Jordan Love still out. Tom, take us through what you saw from this game. Do you like what you're seeing in Malik Willis? Is there a quarterback controversy in Green Bay?
It's a great question, Scooter. I think, Malik Willis has the potential to be a starter, maybe in somewhere like Dallas, but, Jordan Love is practicing for the second day in full pads. So, he could potentially play on Sunday, but Malik Willis did everything we wanted to. Had his first game over 100 passing yards, had his first passing touchdown with us, threw the ball less than 15 times, and was efficient. Didn't turn the ball over. We had a great run game. We ran it 52 times with a variety of different players, had 270 rushing yards the first half. And yeah, the defense, we have 5 interceptions in 2 weeks, and we only had 7 all of last season. So yeah, I am liking very much what I am seeing from the Green Bay Packers.
And can
You
you,
know
just date us? Oh, go ahead, Tree.
No, there's also just one thing I really like to see too.
Welcome to our partner Underdog Fantasy, your oasis for the glories of Pick'em. What's Pick'em? The rules are simple. There's select stat lines to choose from for players in every game. Then you'll pick if they'll go higher or lower than that number for whatever you fancy. Combine and pile on for maximum damage. Or winnings. Maybe both? Perhaps you could call it a scorcher. Note the safety word. Clickbait. Click the link in the description and use it to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash in your first deposit. And keep an eye out for the special picks and promotions every week. Only on Underdog Fantasy. And always play responsibly.
That's
is
all
the
I-
whispering? Is the whispering of clickbait? Is that violate the subliminal ad
No,
law or whatever?
no, it makes it
Okay.
sexier. Everyone loves some ASMR. You can.
It is pretty sexy.
You guys know
You
what
get turned
strangely
on during
aroused.
an ad.
Oh, look at you. Well,
Holy
I wonder. I wonder
Oh,
who's
wow.
winning this.
Who got that? Oh, let's go.
Frank Selby, 700K, 1 million.
I know-
subs. You know the rules.
listen.
$500 dono.
Oh, disgusting.
I'm already.
I will pay $500 to get those off the screen.
It's all right, baby. You're gonna have to watch Coach. You got to watch Coach. There's a whole episode where it's just my feet narrating. That's not true.
Oh,
but
I am
Wow.
Frank
watching that
Selby.
one blindfolded.
That was
appreciate
my
the hell out of
favorite
you.
episode.
Thank you. Thank you. Scooter's watch Coach. He knows.
I do know. And I also know that the New York Giants are one of the worst teams
That's
in
good, buddy.
the
Deflect.
NFL.
Deflect. That's good.
Losing to the Commanders, who couldn't even score a touchdown. They literally kicked 7 field goals, 5. What are you feeling, if anything, at this moment about your football team?
Do you have any feelings left for your team?
Did you? You want me to give an opinion on this team? Like, I'm so dead inside that I don't have anything to say, really. The Giants have frustrated me over the last 3 years, 4 or 5 years. And that Sunday was the most frustrating football contest I have ever witnessed. It was a game that they should have won easily. It was a game that they had multiple times and they pissed it away just like, a bladder infection. It was and it was that painful. It was equally painful. Like, yeah, it was about as fun as a colonoscopy. So yeah, this team is done. They're finished. They should start tanking. And but they're only one game out of first, which is crazy because your Cowboys lost. And yeah, I'll start huffing on that hopium here in 10 minutes. But yeah, I hate the Giants.
It's week 2. You're already giving up on your team 5?
They're supposed to, if they had any hope of
Andrew.
being decent, they have to sweep the Commanders. And they've done that. Okay. They usually do that because the Commanders should be the whipping boy of the NFC East. And now we look like idiots, and you're going to go out and do your little NFC East meeting, and everyone's going to the Giants because they are the most pathetic. They don't even have a win. And everyone else is sitting at 1-1, and we're garbage.
To be fair,
we couldn't do diddly poo.
To be fair.
I don't feel like Daniel Jones was the problem though in this game. Can we agree on
Lack
that?
of kicker, I think, was a problem.
No, the kicker gets injured.
He got injured and he didn't have a kicker.
Right. And this is on Dable not recognizing that his players hurt and he could have signed anyone. There might not be, Graham Gano when he missed 11 games last year, and he wasn't even good last year. He's missing kicks over 50 yards. And then why do you stick with him? Like, there's plenty of guys that can go out and kick an extra point.
Like the guy the Commanders signed last week.
Yeah. Like you could, and we just signed Joseph or whatever, but Anders Carlson or was it Kairos Santos? I think those guys were all available. So I could be wrong about Santos.
You're really coping about Anders Carlson.
I mean, anyone. If you ask people in the kicking community, they say, there's about 60 guys in the world that can kick, consistently kick extra points. And we could have had one of those, but instead we had 0 on Sunday and we would have won the game.
What do you think
Brandon.
would be a fair salary for an emergency kicker? So every team gets an emergency kicker. This guy gets to, he's not on the active roster or whatever, but he gets to be there every Sunday just in case something like this happens. What should the NFL pay somebody like that?
Probably a couple $100K at least, right?
A couple $100K? Like I would think 10 grand a game. Practice squad players get about 6 or 7, like between 5K to 20K a week. So if they just had a practice kicker on the squad, like this is unacceptable. This is the NFL. This is National Football League. You should not have Jamie Gillen.
170K is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like 200, 300K.
I like
as long as you're active and ready to go.
No, that's the emergency guy. Yeah.
Yeah, in hockey, I don't even think they pay the emergency goalie. Do they? Tree?
There's a caveat.
I don't think so.
If they miss the kick, they don't get. If they're emergency kicker, they come into the game, they miss the kick, they don't get paid.
Everything's on the line.
That's simple. They get paid if they don't
kick of his life.
But if they miss, no paycheck.
No paycheck for you. Okay,
Speaking
fair.
of who shouldn't be getting a paycheck, let's transition to the Denver Broncos versus the urinating tree Steelers. This game, I got to tell you, I needed the Broncos to score touchdowns because my opponent had the Steelers defense. And I'm not going to lie.
Bad day.
I was let down tremendously.
What? Oh, my gosh. Yankees fan? What are you doing?
He would enjoy that punishment, man. He'd enjoy that.
Get into
thank you for wishing my daughter a happy birthday. That's actually very sweet.
Happy birthday, Miss Carmi.
Let's go, Carmi.
How old's Carmi now? Is she
4?
3?
4.
4? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Adam
crazy.
sent me the most adorable photo of Carmi like a week or two ago when I was eating dinner. So I sent one back because she was kind of in the same area. And it's just like she was 1 then, and now she's 4. It's just crazy. And I was like, that was when you were at my house, Adam. That was 2021. So that was,
Yeah.
it feels like it was. I was like, oh yeah, that was last season, and it turns out that was 3 seasons ago. But
Yeah.
anyway, time flies, huh, guys? What were we talking
She's
about?
growing so fast.
Hopefully,
Becoming a
by
big
the
girl.
time she's older, the Broncos won't suck as much as they do now. But as it stands now, Brandon, what did you see in that game, good and bad? Take us through the Denver Broncos experience.
Lot of growing pains for this team. It's tough. It's hard to fairly overreact to a rookie quarterback, right? You want to be fair to the rookie. You got to give him time. We're getting no help from our run game. Our offensive line hasn't been good. And now our starting tackle, Mike McGlinchey, is going to IR. So we're popping in a guy at right tackle who's never really started before. I think we let center Lloyd Cushenberry go in free agency this last offseason after he was having his best year. So now we're kind of going through the growing pains of, a new center, like all this stuff. And there's been a lot of attention about Sean Payton's long ass play calls, and then Bo Nix having to relay long ass play calls, and then not everybody on the team knowing what the hell the play is because they're so complicated. So I think it's just a lot of that stuff. It's not one thing. We don't have elite talent. And unfortunately, I was correct about 2 things. One, I said I thought Justin Fields was going to start the season for the Steelers. Turns out that was true, mostly because of Russ's calf. And I also said that I thought Bo Nix was going to have a rough September after he had a very good preseason, and we were watching that. We're watching all the rookies play poorly right now, so that makes me feel a little bit better. And we're in this weird spot where I hope everything isn't as bad as it looks,
So,
But I can't say it's good or it's gonna get good. But I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, burn it all down, because
you're not at Fives level yet.
No, I'm gonna save that for December.
That's fair.
So I was going to ask, who do you think gets a win first, the Giants or the Broncos?
Oh, who do you play now? Who do you play this week?
We got the Brownies. And who are y'all playing?
You got a chance. We got Tampa, and I don't feel good about that.
Oh yeah, that is rough. That's rough. You're gonna get bent over.
The Broncos have. That was the other thing with Bo. He's had a tough stretch of opponents to start.
But here's the problem I have.
Maybe
with Bo. He's making a lot of careless throws. Like he's missing a lot too. And I don't know how much of that is just rookie growing pains and how much is just Bo Nix is just being Bo Nix. That's my concern.
Honestly, I said it once. I will say it again. Bo Nix is garbage. I'm just saying what I saw at Auburn. This man was terrible. And what I'm seeing in the NFL is what I saw at Auburn. We'll see how it plays out, though.
He did. I mean, he went to Oregon for what, 6 more years? Like he played at Auburn for 5 years, and then he played at Oregon for 6. So he was better at Oregon with that whatever Dan Lanning's offense. But yeah, I've said since the beginning that Bo Nix is Bo Nix. Like he's just he's
I don't
very
think we know
freakishly
who he is as an NFL QB yet. Just like I don't think we know who Caleb is. We don't know.
It is 2 games. But where there's one man's misery, there is another man's fortune. Tree, you were watching this game. It ended 13-6. You saw a lot of good things out of your backup quarterback in Justin Fields. Take us through what you saw on the flip side.
The thing is, it is a very boring offense. It puts you to sleep. So you have to make it exciting possible. I streamed this with Brandon. I saw his life force just sink. And I mean, sink. And I slowly annoyed his fan base, and I am so sorry about that,
No.
guys. I just want to let you know.
You've annoyed,
But
like,
I'm
two
just
guys.
saying. No, there's more
guys,
than
dude.
there was more than two. There was like
One
10.
of them was
Come
just
on.
donating, saying trees annoying. That's the only thing.
Hey, he was preaching to the choir. He's right. What I'm
Water's
just
wet.
trying to say.
I had a
Just trying to say.
pleasure. It was a pleasure.
Hey, it was a pleasure, man. I kind of butted in way too many times what I used to do on my own stream. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's,
But I did
the
want to
game was
say
so
one thing.
boring. God.
But as I said, it's just that's Steeler football.
Perna.
They just want to mull you to sleep, and then they're slowly going to get you to make mistakes. That's what the Steelers do. And the moment they have a great like flea flicker play action, Bo Nix throws a really bad interception. And the main
Johnny,
thing
you
there
started
is,
a war of religion on my Twitter.
Scooter.
Let me ask Scooter. Yeah, can we get Scooter's opinion?
Yeah, so Scooter, Bo Nix listens to Christian worship music before the game. And I want to know if you have any bangers to recommend for Bo Nix.
See,
I'm
Scooter,
saying, roll away the stone, bro. Top notch. Top notch.
and I said that somebody needs to get this man some better music before games because
It's great, Rachel.
I cannot support Christian worship music to get him ready for football.
Gather
Now,
your
that was not
people
an
into the
attack
end
on
zone.
religion.
Come on.
That was not an attack on religion. But boy, do I have some angry Christians coming at me on Twitter, Scooter.
oh, dude,
This is
it's
your
Twitter
department.
today ending in
They
Y.
How do I
had
reconcile?
to
I had to reword my read. Oh, go ahead.
The interception.
I don't know what this man's listening to, but he needs to put on some Caleb Gordon.
Oh,
Shout out Caleb Gordon
Okay.
probably paying better than Caleb Williams.
from 407, Ocoee. He's from Orlando. Shout out to Caleb. And Frank Forrest. Have you guys heard Frank Forrest?
No.
I see the forest of the trees.
No.
Now,
No,
is
I've
this
never.
would this be classified as Christian worship music, or are they in like a different genre, like Christian
It's
rock
Christian-
or Christian
it's like
rap?
Christian rap, Christian
Christian
like
rap.
You can
Like
vibe.
Toby Mac?
Christian
Like
rap.
a Toby Mac? Is this
Wow.
what it is?
Sounds dumber than
probably
country.
Maybe
have-
Zach Williams?
You probably have heard some of the songs because, especially Forrest Frank, because he used to do like more secular music, then transition to Christian music. So
What about Lecrae? You wouldn't throw Lecrae in the mix?
he's goaded, but like Lecrae is someone who everyone knows. You know what I'm saying? These are more like up and coming people.
Mhm.
I have
Would you
listened
recommend,
to a
like,
handful
Skillet?
of samples people have sent me.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Yeah, maybe he's just he's in the hymns right now.
Prince of
Man,
Egypt.
Just needs to step
I mean,
over
playing with the big boys now is that's a
Christian
banger.
rap scene. But yes, so Tree, are we saying that Justin Fields, is there a quarterback controversy now with the Steelers? Justin Fields 2-0.
I think the thing with Justin Fields is he's minimizing his mistakes, but I think the offense is also taking away a lot of his big playability. To be fair, he had a lot of good plays. To be fair, but I did want to say most of those big plays were taken down by the greatest defensive weapon for the Denver Broncos, Broderick Jones, who has been benched. And he's been a disappointment. I don't know why they're keeping him right tackle, but Troy Faltanu is now at right tackle. Dan Moore's still at left tackle. I thought we were done with this shit, but I guess not. But I think the thing, too, it's like it was just nothing we really changed out of the ordinary. I'm more shocked the Steelers had a passing touchdown. Your friend Darnell Washington actually scored a touchdown in the red zone, Tom. So
Yeah.
congratulations there. But go
I
ahead, man.
think this offseason tree, when you and I are struggling for ideas of what to do, we got to do a video just about that drive. I think,
Yes.
and you can put it on your channel as the greatest drive, but we got to collab on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw what happened in this game because Broderick Jones, was it 3 penalties on the same?
Yeah, 3
series?
penalties on the same drive. I think it was a false start, a holding, and I think it was
holding.
either another holding.
Yeah. And I think there might have been a 4th
Man.
penalty by the Steelers.
Yep. And after that last penalty, he got benched.
Justin Fields' best throw of the game negated because of the penalty. But also what made it like maddening is the Steelers kept getting penalized and then they kept continuing to convert first downs. So the Steelers were being stupid, and then the Broncos defense was not stopping them despite all of the mistakes. It's quite literally one of the dumbest football drives I've ever watched in my life. And it ended with Fields rolling right, just throwing a beautiful pass to George Pickens. And
It was a nice pass, one-on-one. He burned Sertan, and it
then
just
they got a
got
punt. It
flagged.
was
Like
The moment I saw that flag in the backfield, it's like, this is coming back.
yeah.
I legit might take whatever defense is playing the Broncos every week in fantasy, because that's a guaranteed 10 to 15 points.
That's a good tip.
Minimum.
Yeah. They're not going to, I mean, they might not get many sacks, but they're going to keep that score down.
They're going to keep the points down. I mean, they don't have a running game. Like there's no separation from the receivers. I talked with this about Brandon. There's no real offensive vision from what I'm seeing from Denver. And I don't know if it's just because everything's off sync, you're going through growing pains, or if it's like Peyton's system in general.
They're doing two things right now. The line's not run blocking well. They have one of the lower graded run blocking success rates, and then they have one of the lower graded running backs breaking tackles after first contact rates.
Don't you have a new
and
right
that's not
tackle
helping the
this
rookie
week?
quarterback. I think if the run game was doing well, and it didn't help Russ last year. I was like, all the criticism Russ got, I said, if we had like a top 12 run team, he would have been fine. We'd have been like, Russ is freaking awesome, but they don't have it again. So
there are two things I want to talk about, and I just want to make sure we don't forget these two things. One,
blow up the spot, Perna. I was just talking to the thousands of people in mine. Jeez.
Champagne hitting. That's why he's so quiet.
Hey. Sometimes he's got to do what he's got to do.
Hey, tonight's straight. Oh my God! In an awful game, Patriots Jets.
Oh God!
It's going to be an incredible game. What are you talking about? Traditional Thursday night football, dude. Al Michaels is going to be joining you with a flask of whiskey.
I watched
go.
all of
it's
them.
crazy.
I watched all of them.
There's going to be so many punts tonight. Oh gosh.
Oh, dude, I might actually Steelers Chargers and join you on the pain. It's going to be nothing but bad football. Let's go.
Speaking of bad football, we transition to the Cowboys versus. All right, I'll give you guys the floor. 2 minutes on the clock. Just say whatever you want to say to me. Get it out of your system. Go.
Dak would throw an interception with 2 minutes on the clock. Sorry, Gedry.
You got piped by the Saints. Dude, your defense, you thought the answer was Mike Zimmer? Really? Come on.
You're injured to all smack. Like you're just your team is decimated, which is literally means reduced by 1/10. But I don't know if there's a word to say like reduced by 8/10 or something, octamated. You guys are bad right now. It was, I mean, you'll win some games, but the Saints to me look very legit. Like their offense is clicking and they made y'all look dumb. So I don't know whether it's the Cowboys that suck, because they do, or the Saints just being awesome. Those things can both be true at the same time. But the Saints look very good.
Did you guys see Mel Kiper's take earlier today?
Oh,
yeah.
About how
What
we
did
need
Mel
to ban
Kiper
cover 2 because there's not enough offense. Like
What happened to the league, though?
It's like, can someone please think of the offense? We need more offense. It's like
respond
the
though.
quarterback plays bad, dude. The offense is bad.
To
Why
respond,
don't
Oh,
we
got a
beat it?
250. Sorry,
No.
Scooter.
Ooh.
Oh, no,
that's
you-
this is not.
That's you,
That's
buddy.
good. Catch up with Perna, because
You know
now
what?
he's got
Hey,
over
I'm
150 and 2. So he's got over 300 right now. We're getting there.
Hey, you
No.
know,
By the way, I'm
getting
lobbying
there.
for
I'm not listening to
I love it.
Christian worship music.
I'm lobbying for this as a punishment, the Chipotle costume, by the way. Just
No, if Perna
walking
loses,
around your
he has to
neighborhood.
listen to Christian worship music.
Ooh,
Like there's
gosh,
gotta
can I
be
pick it?
Yes. We gotta find some.
We all
Scooter's
put
like,
together.
buddy, I got a playlist that will change your life.
Yeah, but if you give him like Lauren Daigle or something, he'll actually fall in love with it, and he'll be like, oh, that's actually good.
CCM is a Canadian brand of ice hockey equipment.
Mhm.
Do I just got to buy some ice hockey equipment? I can do that.
But let me just respond to what you guys were saying about the Saints.
Yeah. Let's go.
I talked all this trash. This is really my fault. I talked way too much trash week 1, and now it's all coming back. It's all catching up to me week 2. With that being said, it's still
Christian
week 2.
country music, even worse.
It's only week 2. I'm not gonna be so fast to get down on this team. Yes, we got dog walked by the Saints. Maybe the Saints might be good. Maybe they're the team in the NFC this year, because it doesn't look like it's going to be the 49ers with all their injury problems. Green Bay doesn't look that promising this year. Maybe the Saints are at the top. And then it's
Scoot,
some
why
other
doesn't Green Bay
Not
look that promising? I just want to clarify.
They beat the Colts with a one-dimensional game.
Yeah, I want to.
They
know
were
how the
playing a
Packers
running back at
don't
quarterback.
look that great. Is it because they lost to the Eagles?
Packers don't look that great this year. They didn't.
How did the Cowboys lose? How they look?
Yeah, what happened to the Cowboys?
We should talk about the Cowboys. All in.
Maybe
all
they were
in.
the best in the NFC after week 1.
Here's the thing. I don't think the Cowboys are that good this year. I think that's the real thing.
Okay, it's been 2 games. All right.
Oh, so now it's just 2
games.
After one game,
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
the best.
now it's
one
just 2
game, they were the
games.
best of the best of the best.
So you're saying the Packers aren't good and
now
it's only been 2
games,
games?
not good.
You're moving the goalpost, brother.
2-week league. Okay. We have no idea what's going to happen on a weekly basis. All I'm saying is right now, the Saints might be good. Who knows?
Better than the Cowboys.
You have a defense run by Mike Zimmer. You're not good.
Was it the third quarter they didn't score a touchdown finally on a drive? Was it the third quarter that you finally
struggle against the Shanahan disciples, the Shanahan tree? They always give the Cowboys.
How many points did they give up? It was like in the 40s, right? And it ended up being a scoregami too, right?
Yep.
Like it was crazy.
Scoregami.
It was like 44 points or something that they gave up. That was
we got bullied on the defensive line. We couldn't run the ball. We're one-dimensional. CeeDee Lamb is basically our whole offense. We have to figure some things out.
So you don't think that the blueprint has been provided to the rest of the NFL on how to smack the Cowboys in the mouth? Who do you got next week, Scooter?
No. To answer your first question, no. It's
Okay.
week 2. A. B, we have Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
Yeah.
That's gonna go well.
Yeah. The Ravens are a cornered cat right now. They have got to win on Sunday. Like they are bringing it is a playoff game for them, and they are bringing it.
They've been doing that for the last 5 years every day. It's
out of heaven. I'm taking them out. Taking them out of heaven.
No. Punish both of them.
Guys,
I wouldn't.
You saw the Saints game. You saw them destroy us. But what you also saw this past weekend was a couple quarterbacks go 2-0 that had previously been discarded. Derek Carr is now 2-0. You also have the Tampa Bay Bucks, Baker Mayfield, 2-0.
Sam Darnold.
2-0. Sam Darnold, 2-0. So could this just be a resetting of the guard? Or are we saying, you know what, it's just week 2. Let's relax.
I think the thing is it has more to do with system and structure. I know most of those quarterbacks have shown flashes in the past. I mean, Sam Darnold had a really good half year in 2022. Derek Carr had his moments, especially 2016 with the Raiders. And then Baker Mayfield, he had 2020 with the Browns. So I think it's very possible that they are reviving the form. And I think the main thing there is that it's more the systems than anything. Because Derek Carr did not look good last year, but it was a Pete Carmichael offense. Baker Mayfield, he looked bad in 2022. And Sam Darnold got ruined by Adam Gase. So it's more or less, I think, a developmental issue than they're changing of the guard issue.
I have a question. This Cowboys defense, which was really good last year in the regular season. Real good. Oh, yeah. Partner, that's for you. Really good. What the hell happened to the point? I mean, obviously, the last 2 home games, you've given up 90 points. It's not great. What the hell happened to your defense? Why, from what you saw, why wasn't there a ton of pressure on Derek Carr? Why was he ever able to? Because it wasn't just and this is not just trash talk, but the Saints literally scored a touchdown on every single drive until late in the third quarter. So
for 6 drives.
Why were they an open door?
Okay, so I went back and I watched the video.
Watch the tape.
I have to write my reaction video because I'm streaming the games now. So I had to go back, unfortunately, and watch that whole game. And do you know what I saw?
You tell me.
I saw us getting blown off the line of scrimmage. Play after play after play. There's analysis that you can go watch. Literally,
Saints O-line is actually pretty good this year. Kalise Fuaga looks like a beast.
Until he's 5 yards down the field. Our linebackers, previously who were our strength in week 1, now become our weakness because they're getting washed out by the linemen picking them up on the second level because our defensive tackles cannot stop the point of attack, the surge from the O-line.
I'm just going by what Bengals fans are saying, dude.
So
that's all I'm saying, Casey.
To me, it was a line problem, a defensive line problem. And you've already seen us try to address that in signing Carlos Watkins, sending one of our defensive tackles to IR, It literally, if you watch that game, look at the line. We got destroyed on the line. We just got bullied on the line. And that's really what it comes down to defensively. Offensively, I think we were one-dimensional. We were relying on CD Lamb too much. We cannot run the ball right now. And so I think combined equals 44-19.
Do you have any other weapons besides CD Lamb? This sounds like a theme.
The Dallas Cowboys ended in 5th for points allowed per game, 16th in rush defense, and 5th in passing defense. Not on Sunday, but last year.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good.
Remember, they lost Trevon Diggs last year, too. I think that did a little bit of it. And Van Der Esch.
Let me go bust out my encyclopedia, boys.
All of this happened now than in the playoffs versus Green Bay. So I'm glad something like
about that game
now, so that we can address it. Mike Zimmer can go and see.
Mike Zimmer's really good at stopping the Green Bay offense too. It's worked for him really well.
Mike Zimmer is also really good at motivating men and not creating a culture of fear. Minnesota can really confirm that as well.
Well, we've seen some quarterbacks go 2-0, but we've also seen the Carolina Panthers bench their starting quarterback after less than 18 games. Are we saying that this
Should
is
they bench Dak
approach?
If you actually look at how Bryce Young is playing, that dude should not be on a professional football field. He's completely lost. He's broken. He's Mac Jones levels of broken. There are plays where he completely misses reads. He's not throwing the ball. He's hesitant. He's lost all confidence. The coaches had to do something because either that or they're going to lose the locker room. So, hopefully you can get him to reassess and you can test to see if Andy Dalton does well, problem's Bryce. If Andy Dalton does poorly, then there are a bunch of other issues that happen. And I'm not really sold on Canales just yet. The only thing really performing in Carolina is the offensive line when Bryce Young's still looking like shit.
So are you saying this was the right move for the Panthers to make in benching Bryce Young? Others can chime in here.
They had no choice. Let's be real here. If you saw the way he played, you can't put him out there. You just can't.
Yeah. I think to tie this into what our title was, what's something that you were the most wrong about heading into this NFL season that's happened? We mentioned Darnold and Derek Carr leading the league in a lot of the things. I would say I'm a little more surprised at how well Derek Carr's playing versus how well Sam Darnold's playing, just because Derek was there in New Orleans last year, so I thought it was going to be more of the same. I don't think they're going to continue on the same path for the entire season, and I think you could argue maybe Darnold will get better because Minnesota's got so many weapons not even playing right now or banged up for him. But I think one of the things I was definitely wrong about was probably putting Bryce Young no way that I thought he was going to be worse than all the rookies right out the gate. I thought Carolina was going to be running the ball a lot, and we were going to be talking about Bryce Young looking a lot more towards the middle, average.
Yeah.
But underperforming from Bryce, huge.
I think it was underestimated because Saints fans have talked about this for years, and that was Pete Carmichael as their offensive coordinator, who has been holding them back for a long, long time. And I know that he took a lot of flack.
Welcome to Denver, Pete.
Yeah, no, now you got him now. Carmichael there, but Dennis Allen,
wonder why your offense sucks.
Dennis Allen is a good defensive coach, but it was not proven that he could also, coach a decent offense. So I think getting Clint Kubiak in there has been a bit of a revelation. I also want to pump the brakes a little bit because it is only 2 weeks, but the fact that an NFL team is scoring 40 plus points back-to-back weeks, even if week 1 is the Panthers, and against the Cowboys, they were a good defense last year, right? So I think that, you got to give them some credit there. So I think just being blatantly wrong on how the Saints have come out of the gate was a pretty big one, because I don't think anyone, even their own fans, anticipated it being this crazy.
Yeah, there was hints of Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, they were talking about, maybe week 8, Spencer Rattler's going to start, because Carr doesn't got it. And again, what Perna said, I don't know if they can sustain this the whole season, but who cares? Week 2, they've scored 90 points already.
Yeah. The real asterisk is one of the weeks is against the Panthers, and they're broken. The other's a Mike Zimmer defense. I think they blow the top off the Eagles because, look at what the Eagles defense against Atlanta. soft zone prevent on the final drive. That totally works out well, Fangio. I know you're a good defensive coordinator, but that is his biggest square for kryptonite.
We can all
I'd say
have fun.
I was really wrong about two things. The Vikings, like when JJ McCarthy went down, they were going through so many things, and they looked completely incapacitated. And now they're 2-0. They're coming off a win against the 49ers, And the other thing I think we're all wrong about is how good the NFC South is versus how we thought coming. We're just like, oh, Atlanta should just win that by default. This is going to be one of those tank divisions. And both the Saints and the Buccaneers have looked really good. And then the Falcons go and beat the Eagles on Monday night. Kirk Cousins clutched up. This is one of those bizarro years where things are different, but the Giants still suck, of course. So
I'd say my biggest mistake so far, I would have to say, one is I expected the Bears offense to take a lot more of a jump. I mean, especially with Caleb Williams under center. I know that offensive line is
bad.
It's bad.
It's the interior offensive line.
It's the interior. And Darnell Wright's having issues too, but 37 pressures. Like the Texans defense is good. They're not 37 pressures. Some of them multiple pressures in a drive, good. Like they had pressures on like a 50% pressure rate. And it's something ridiculous. And I'd say Williams, and the problem is he still thinks he's in the Pac-12. And I'm just like, okay, you got to get that out of you, dude. You can't do that. NFL defenses are going to catch up to that. You're not playing Stanford. And I'd say the second thing is I expected Jacksonville to be a lot better than they are. I mean, they look like shit. Their red zone offense is horrible. Trevor Lawrence just looks lost. And the defense just
they're bad.
I mean, Doug Peterson, as I said, I kept saying he was a benefit because he was not a Meyer, and he is on a searing hot seat right now. Welcome to Trevor Banks Stadium, by the way.
I would say for me the biggest surprise is, do you guys remember at the beginning of the season everyone had the Bears winning the division?
No, that never happened.
No, I had them win the wild card, but not the division.
No.
Throughout the season, there were multiple people who had the Bears winning the division.
They're not serious people.
They had the Bears going deep in the playoffs. So I think after the first 2 weeks, this is a bit of a surprise to a lot of people. The fact that it hasn't really translated thus far for Caleb Williams. Huge surprise, I think, to a lot of people.
A lot of people were saying Williams was going to be a bust, and he hasn't really shown you. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bust, but
it's
a lot of people.
I know, I got flack for asking that question on Twitter, but even then, it's there's a lot of stuff I'm concerned about.
Yeah, a lot of people are rooting against Caleb Williams, and I think that's unfair, but yes.
My question to you guys is this. If the Panthers drafted C.J. Stroud, would they be in a similar situation?
No.
Similar situation.
Yeah, because I mean, C.J. Stroud, you still have the same really bad coaching scheme. David Tepper might have still fired Frank Reich because they overhauled their O-line blocking schematics last year. That O-line was terrible because they went to a zone blocking scheme. Bryce Young got killed. C.J. Stroud might be the one that's ruined. I mean, Bryce Young, I don't know if he's going to have the highs of C.J. Stroud. He might be like a solid starting caliber quarterback in Houston. I don't know if he would be C.J. Stroud good, but he'd be doing a lot better than he is in Carolina.
My thing is, I don't think it matters who the quarterback is for the Panthers. And I'm excited to see what Andy Dalton does because I think Andy Dalton will struggle out there too. I don't think Bryce Young was set up for success. Moreover, I think in the following seasons, if they are able to facilitate a trade,
I'm overrated.
We might be seeing the same thing that's happening with Sam Darnold potentially happen with Bryce Young on another team.
I don't disagree. No, I mean they're
I mean
sorry, get 5.
Oh no, if I'm Bryce Young, I want to get out of Carolina as soon as possible, not because, I mean he's being ruined. He's not in a good situation. Ooh, who just got that 200?
Not me, thank the Lord.
Get him! Get him! Make this interesting.
Let's not
make it interesting. I think Bryce Young, the ultimate. This is what bad organizations do, and they're always willing to go back to the draft because
got him tonight.
it's a low risk possibility to
Beyond
keep drafting
tonight, yeah.
quarterbacks. You can just churn through them until
got you,
you
Ben.
figure things out. But I think Carolina is just going to be bad for a while, and Bryce Young could be better. Look at all the quarterbacks that go somewhere else and they find their a system that works for them. And I think Bryce Young can do that. He's an NFL talent. He's not on an NFL team.
Would you trade for Bryce Young if you're a Giants fan?
Hell no. Hell no. We go into the draft, baby. We get an Arch Manning. We're going to tank for 2 more years. And then the second coming of we got Archie and Peyton Manning combined with Eli's unflappability all rolled into one. No. And he's the great hope of all Giants fans. We will tank for him.
You're getting Shadur Sanders. He screams New York Giants.
Someone's Ryu talking about in the chat Derek Carr during an election year. 2016, this guy's got 28 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, nearly 4,000 yards.
And he broke his collarbone. It's
and 2020, listen, 4,100 yards, 27. I mean, and right now, he's cooking. He's cooking.
What was that game? He had like 59 attempts and 4 TDs against Tampa. That was a gaudy game. 513 yards. Derek Carr can bring it sometimes.
Are you playing fantasy?
Hey. Bo leave the stadium and never come back.
Thanks, Berna.
Are y'all playing fantasy this year?
What's that?
Y'all playing fantasy football this year?
I'm happy.
Yeah.
No.
I am. I'm not doing well.
I'm in 6 leagues.
Bro, tell me why I have James Conner.
Tell me why.
And my opponent had Trey McBride.
Ooh.
Do you understand what I'm talking about? James Conner fumbled the ball going into the end zone, and Trey McBride picked it up for a touchdown. Do you know how many points I lost by?
1.
Okay.
That would be 8. 8 points, right?
That's neither here
Less than what the
nor
Cowboys
there.
lost by?
Yeah,
That's neither here nor there. But what is here is us previewing this Thursday night football game.
Ooh, fun
Yeah.
times.
Oh, EA is busting out. He's busting out
Hold on.
supers.
Perna.
I think Brandon. Oh, yes.
Yeah, Perna,
Go
what's
ahead.
your number begin with for what you've got in this stream? Just so we know. Just so you and I can
Save
That's
that for
cheating.
later, dude.
What's
Save it
cheating?
for later.
Was
Begins
it?
with 1.
No, it's not. That's a lie. We both know it's a lie.
No, it's not a
Oh,
lie.
it begins with a 1? Oh, all right. We're cooking. We're cooking.
I think Brandon should have to continually message Bo Nix to get his actual pregame
It's got to be
playlist.
Christian music. Oh, my
Yes,
God. It's
no,
got
he's
to be
gotta-
worship music. My man.
Yeah, it's got to be Bo Nix's real pregame playlist, and he's got to listen to it and react.
He's not going to share it.
He should, though. He
He
should.
thinks-
You're
Probably
close
thinks
enough.
I'm
Drive down to the
criticizing
stadium.
His whole religion, and I'm just criticizing his music.
No, well, that's fair. You can listen and I just want to see your face while you listen
I
to
do
that
need to
music.
repent, but I'll wait till I'm at the gates of hell before I repent.
Let's preview this game so that we can then go to the countdown and then decide what the punishment for Perna
It's going to be a punishment. It's
will
going to
be.
be
It's going to
bad,
be a
boys.
wonderful punishment.
It's going to
Talk
be
about tonight's
Perna's
game,
getting.
boys.
Yes, let's
Ooh,
talk
who's-
about tonight's game.
Oh, the Patriots.
And
Versus
the New York Jets.
the Jets. Who you got?
I have a weird feeling about this, but knowing trends, I think the Patriots somehow end up beating the Jets by the biannual teabagging will continue. The Patriots have not looked bad.
They
As
have
weird
not.
as it sounds, they've beaten the Bengals. They kept it close against the Seahawks. If they get a passing game besides Hunter Henry, they might be doing okay. I know they don't have much talent. They lost Juwan Bentley. But I'm just saying the Jets looked rather pedestrian. Their defense
ahead,
looked better,
Perns.
but I said if Will Levis didn't do the greatest derp this side of Eli Manning, they'd be 0-2. Just saying.
This is true.
Yeah, this is true.
Perna, you want to say something?
About the game.
No. Yeah,
Too many.
I thought you looked like you want to say something.
Oh no, I don't know who's gonna win. This was a really tough one to pick. Patriots played well against Seattle, and I think Seattle's a good team. We haven't seen the best from the Jets yet. I don't think we really know who they are, who their offense truly is. I think Rodgers is probably still a week or two away before he's actually feeling comfortable playing quarterback for the Jets. It's in New England. I think I picked the Jets in my pick 'em, but
Yeah.
Give me the Patriots. Give me
That's not me,
Ramondre
right?
and
That's not
Antonio
me, right?
Gibson carrying the load.
Wow, Jordan Grace.
Oh, crap.
Who
That
got
was
the
me.
350?
Uh-oh.
I don't think it's me.
Oh,
I don't think
crap.
it's me.
Oh, crap.
Oh, it's
no,
Perna.
please not me.
It's the
Oh,
punishment.
Just
It's the
trade.
punishment.
That was the me.
Oh, where is
Oh, it's
Jordan,
Tree?
what are you doing?
Tree might.
What are you doing, Jordan?
He's trying
No.
to create chaos. I'm
Shout
going
out
to
to
go
Jordy,
with.
who gave me a Martellus Bennett Packers jersey for my birthday.
Wow.
That's how you know things are.
I think tonight is a big test for Aaron Rodgers. You know, a short turnaround time. You know, you're going to have to wonder. Like, if I'm a Jets fan, I'm very concerned for Aaron Rodgers and his health, because you don't want. I mean, he might come out, great. I think that's what happens. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to step up. I think the Jets win tonight, and the Patriots go back down to earth. Everyone thought they were going to be bad. I think they're going to be bad tonight. So I'm going with the Jets.
I mean, Rodgers, you watch that Titans game, and I feel like Jets fans are used to being on the other side of that, right? Like what Will Levis did, and how the Titans played on the offense. That's what the Jets are used to, because Rodgers played pretty well against a good defense. They got stomped by the 49ers week 1. Mm-hmm. So they're going up against another division rival, tough defense who has a strong run game. And by the way, I think the most disappointing thing has been the Jets' run defense, which was really bad last year, and it has not been good this year.
And they lost Jermaine Johnson.
Yep, they need Hassan Reddick badly, because they need a pass rush. They need rush defense. Like, they need all that stuff.
The thing is, Reddick and the Jets are at a deep impasse. Is Mosley out for this game too? I know he was injured in the last match. Yeah, that's a big issue for their run defense too.
Appreciate you. So I think the Patriots have a good chance of winning this if the Stevenson, who's had a good year already, like if he can start running the ball and establish the run. I believe in the Patriots defense. I think it's just if they make Brissett throw the ball, we might have some issues. But again, the Jets pass rush has not been really impressive. So I think Rodgers can win them the game. I think it's a close, ugly ass game, but I think Rodgers winds up winning it.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Jets just because anytime I want Aaron Rodgers to lose, he wins.
That's true.
Oh, by the way, kids, speaking of winning,
welcome to our partner Underdog Fantasy, your oasis for the glories of Pick'em. What's Pick'em? The rules are simple. There's select stat lines to choose from for players in every game. Then you'll pick if they'll go higher or lower than that number for whatever you fancy. Combine and pile on for maximum damage. Or winnings. Maybe both? Perhaps you could call it a scorcher. Note the safety word. Clickbait. Click the link in the description and use it to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash in your first deposit. And keep an eye out for the special picks and promotions every week. Only on Underdog Fantasy. And always play responsibly.
And I just realized I got a hundo. Ah, crap. I guess that's punishment for me putting on the ad.
Yep, that's
Sorry, kids, I have obligations. We have obligations. Jordan, what are you doing?
Well, there's nothing.
Jordan's an
have to do an
MVP.
ASMR stream now,
Scooter's
aren't I?
let me out of here, please.
If there is nothing else for us to talk about, are we ready to go to the
Let's
countdown?
go.
Any other thoughts about? Did we miss anything?
Well, Rams are destroyed. The whole team's dead. And 49ers Rams is going to be an injury bowl. I just realized I missed the baseball. Crap.
Call it right now. What year will the Panthers have a winning record in football? What year?
2030. 2030.
Year of the meteor.
When did I ever make fun of Scooter's hair? I don't think I ever did.
Brandon, you have fantastic.
The only person's hair who gets made fun of here is Adams.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That is fair.
Oh, crap, I don't have that on here. I would play the ball.
Can we do the countdown?
What year are the
got
Panthers
fast
having a
cars.
winning season?
This year.
What?
They really are eating. Panthers
Yeah,
in
that's right, baby.
Let's
Come
do
on
it.
now.
700K.
Hey, another 50. 2019, 18, 17, 16, 15, 4. Everybody watched the Cowboys game and wondered about the score. I didn't. I laughed and giggled a whole lot, you see. Now we're gonna watch Lamar score 33 against the Cowboys. That's right. Go Birds.
Jordan, what are you doing? Dude, that's rent money. They put that to your rent, not to me.
Got him.
Come on.
Oh, he ain't with a hundo.
Oh, yeah, last second.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. He had.
Hey,
I definitely did not win. I had $36.99. Thank you all. I appreciate it.
I did not win because Perna has more than me. I already know. 823.77. I am so grateful. Thank you so much. But good God.
I'm at 238.99.
657. So you know what?
All right, Perna, what do you got, buddy?
Jordan, you scared me for a moment, but I don't think I got it. Brandon.
Yeah, we're at 1,200.
That be rent ban. All right, so it has to be something with Christian worship songs.
Do I love Christian worship music?
It has to be Christian worship songs.
Yep,
I think
worship
I think
music.
the easiest thing to do
Go
is
to
do
a
a
Christian
stream
concert.
one random night, right? You get a bunch of selections, and maybe let's just say, Tree, how long was the AB album?
I think like about an hour.
Okay, so I think an hour of playing some Christian worship songs.
I will be there.
You demonetize the stream so you don't get strikes or anything like that. You demonetize it, right? And then you rank them at the end. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he's got to rank them right there. It's either that or go
hour
see
of Christian worship songs, and then you just rank them at the end.
Jeebus for Darth Schultz.
I will be there no matter what.
Scooter's I am going to be participating.
Now, Scooter will actually give inside tips on the best Christian worship music.
It's like, the guitar
He's the
part
inside.
here really doesn't talk about the passion enough.
And I think I don't want
Do you
to.
think
I don't want to do it with music. Music gets weird. I think you can still get like strike if you're streaming that.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, true with the copyrights. Well, you could do actual hymns.
I'll listen to
I think
it.
Scooter should have to pick the list. I would love Scooter's
Oh
taste
my God,
on
if
that.
Scooter made the list.
I can make a list. I'm just
Oh yeah, trust me, he knows. He's the expert.
copyright. You need copyright-free hymns.
Wait, hold on.
Let's go.
Hold on.
No,
Hold
dude,
on.
aren't most hymns royalty free?
Yep, I have a friend in God.
It depends, though. You could still get.
Perna and Scooter duet on their own Christian, but then you're punished. Well, Scooter's not punished.
Yeah.
I mean, Scooter's punished in general by being a Cowboys fan.
I think it's Scooter should pick the list. Brandon has to listen to it and then rank them.
Okay,
That's
hold on.
That's fair.
What
enough.
if
Hey, big man,
Rachel
dude,
said
dude.
this?
I'm
he said an
insufferable.
album.
Come on.
Hold on.
Come
I
on.
have an idea. I'm gonna throw it out there. What if Perna has to create a Christian worship song?
Ooh,
Like he did Shailene. I think if a Christian worship song to debut on Clickbait Sports, what's more work for you, buddy? I want to try to. 1,200 is a lot. That's why.
Yeah, that is a lot. I think the hour of listening to Christian rock though is, or just
Okay, it's Christian worship can't be Christian
Christian
rock. You can't
worship.
even get it out.
Christian worship
songs.
would be the best. Either that or going to see like
I'll
the
make a
Newsboys
Christian
at Red
song.
Rock.
I will make one.
You'll make a song.
Yes.
Can you make a music video with it?
and it has to be authentic Christian worship.
Scooter. Oh my God, Scooter has to judge it. Scooter has to
Yes.
judge the Christian
Yes.
worship.
Scooter has to deliver
I
a verdict
will
on
try and
its
solicit
merit.
The help of my friend.
He has to
Dad
send
needs-
it to
You tag Bo Nix in it. Be like, hey, here's for your playlist, buddy.
Yeah, here's your pregame. Here's your new pregame. Oh, if it's a Christian hype song, though.
It's a Christian worship Bo Nix hype song.
Yes. He's like, I had to take matters into my own hands.
Let's go, Smug. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Fair enough.
What do we got coming out, boys?
What do we got?
Well,
I'll be streaming tonight.
I'm working on a video on the 2024 White Sox once they hit 120 or 121 losses. I'm going to be doing a little montage about their year.
I'm so glad their admin finally just admitted of like, hey, this is awful. Like on Twitter, like that. Good. We're all down here together.
I've got 2 videos coming out. I have, you guys have no idea how small the NFL actually is. compared to other companies and entities. You guys have no clue. And then players getting cut for really dumb reasons. You know, who just got cut recently for Jalen Reagor got cut for posting the meme of him of the Bugatti in the Florida carport. There are some really good stories of other guys getting cut. That's coming out Saturday. So I'm really excited for my next two videos.
I got some Orlando City videos coming out on TikTok. We got that sponsorship still rocking and rolling. And I will be streaming the Cowboys game this Sunday. Turn your notifications on.
I don't know if I need a contact with Jerry Jones there, Mr. James telling us.
Jerry Jones. Yeah. Stream
So,
tonight, baby. Perna, what do you got coming out, buddy?
Perna.
Oh, finally, it's done.
Cowboys
The
video?
rise and dishonorable fall of the 90s Cowboys will be going up tomorrow.
Wow.
There we go.
That should be a punishment for
59
Scooter.
minutes long, Scooter.
59.
Scooter should have to watch that.
What did
as
you do
punishment.
to Johnny Barks, Perna? Good God.
He had 2 months to work on it.
2 months.
2 months.
I mean, dude, that's
It's a lot.
yeah.
lot.
H-Ferg, I might be streaming Sunday. I'm not sure. I usually don't do the 1 p.m. games, but I mean, I might think about some torture.
I'll stream at least 2, probably 3 games on Sunday again.
Oh, dude, you
All right,
are
let's get outta
marathon.
here, boys.
That's it.
Don't go too hard on the champagne tonight, sir. You got some
Oh,
work
buddy,
to do.
no, tonight's gonna be a
Congrats
celebration.
on-
It's probably not gonna be a good game. We're crushing it. We're
Oh, dude,
Congrats
you
on
should
700.
crush it, man.
We're done.
Pound that shit. Congratulations.
Thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely,
Bye.
man.
Bye.
Would you end the